what's it like visiting America? I'm obviously going to be visiting America hopefully sometime next year. Really excited to check out this video. Before we do get into this, appreciate if you guys can smash that subscribe button. And let's see what America's like.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was late. The bus took its time. How are you?
Pretty good.
This is Evan, Edinger, right?
Hi, Evan.
Edinger. Well, we're off to a great start. So, Evan, I think, is sort of the reverse of me.
I'm the inverse lost in the pond. I'm the found in the pond.
Because you were born in the United States, but moved to London.
Yes.
And I left London and moved to the United States.
All right.
How long have you lived in Britain?
I've lived now for 12 years. 12 years.
Wow.
Now, as somebody myself who did grow up in Britain but moved to the US, I actually never went back to Britain for about 11 years. And when I did, I found that there were a lot of kind of either culture shocks or things that I perceived to have changed. Now that you're here...
Yo, this video is going to be really good. Someone from the UK that's moved to America for more than 10 years, and someone from America that's moved to the UK for more than 10 years. Yo, this might be the best comparison video yet.
We're in the US visiting, and whenever you do get the chance to visit the US, I want to get your insight into what it's like as an American visiting America. So you've been on the road. You started out, in New Jersey?
Yes.
Which is where you're from?
Yeah.
Firstly, when you come here and you get behind the wheel of a car for the first time in months, years, or whatever.
Yeah, actually.
Is there a kind of process that you have to go through in order to get used to it?
Different
Weirdly
driving.
enough, because I grew up in America, driving is like a way of life.
Yeah.
So I've been driving since the age of 16, 17.
Right.
And even though I moved at the age of 22, those formative years from 16 to 22, I just know as soon as I get behind a wheel.
Oh, okay.
However, that being said, as I was driving my partner around and talking about how, these days I'm mostly just cycling in London, and that means I'm on the left side of the road, I turned right into the left side of the road.
Right.
And my partner just goes, wrong side.
Well, that's good to know. And so since you drove from New Jersey to Chicago, that's what, 800 miles?
Yeah, it was at least 1,000 kilometers.
Oh,
Having lived in
damn.
Britain as long as you have, where 800 miles, you can barely drive that far and not go into the sea.
I actually used Britain as a context because I was thinking, I'm driving.
Yo, that's actually true. I honestly think, bro, if I drove in any direction right now, 800 miles, I'd be swimming with the fishes, mate.
From South Jersey all the way to Chicago. And if I drove for 10, 11 hours from London north, I'd pretty much be out of the sky, wouldn't I? I'd be out of the country. Yeah. And yet, if you look on a map of the US, there's so much more.
But did you get to Pennsylvania and just think, screw this, I want to go and stop at a truck stop for the night?
No, I considered sleeping in my car just to save money. But no, I ended up stopping in Pittsburgh, and I found it a beautiful city. I really wasn't expecting to like Pittsburgh as much as I did. And then ended up going to Akron, Ohio.
Beautiful, so romantic.
So incredible. The Comfort Inn was sweet.
Now, the language barrier...
Yo, I wonder if, him visiting America makes him think, oh, man, I really need to persuade my girlfriend to, move back to America, dude. Because I'm thinking, fair play to him. He wants to move to the UK, right? But, yo, me watching these videos, why?
At this point, our cameras were almost compromised by strong wind, and not the kind you get from eating too much White Castle.
Chicago, the Windy City.
Is Britain as windy as this?
You know what? The area in which I live in East London is the windiest part I've ever lived in. It's insane.
Really?
There's so much wind that we get told by the developers, please don't put anything outside in your balconies, it's too windy.
Wow. What?
So yes is the answer.
I would say yes.
Right.
The UK does get windy. It does. But I've not experienced a part where don't put anything. But actually, nah. I just don't go outside that much. But listen to him, man. He probably goes outside more than I do in the UK.
You can just stick to one-word answers and we'll just do a 3-minute video.
Yes.
As the leads continue to bombard our faces, seemingly nothing could stop Evan from embarking on a seasonally appropriate hot take.
Autumn in America is so much better than autumn in England.
Same as yesterday.
And it's not just certain pockets. New Jersey was just orange everywhere, so many vibrant oranges and yellows and reds. And then I drove through Pennsylvania, same thing.
Appalachia.
Beautiful.
Exactly. Beautiful. I feel like in England, you have to go out of your way to a place that has pockets.
Yo, this is how I know I'm getting older, dude. Because never in my life would I think I would look at trees and go, wow, stunning. Never. My younger self, I mean 5 years ago younger self, not that far younger self, would be free. My 5-year younger self would be like, trees? What? I ain't bothered about trees. But it's actually beautiful, dude. It's like calming and relaxing.
Exactly. Beautiful. I feel like in England, you have to go out of your way to a place that has pockets of pretty trees. It's mostly just different shades of brown.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? And also, there tends to be more drizzle, I think, during autumn in Britain.
Which kind of ruins the tree leaves because they fall off quickly before they even get to be nice.
I think I've liked autumn, like looking at autumn trees, more seeing American autumn trees, because he's right. Like British autumn trees, it's just brown, bro. They're not that nice. Like, they're just dead leaves and just fall off. Why we got new colour? I don't get it, bro.
Nice colours.
And the thing to add is, even despite mass deforestation in this country, there's still way more trees in the eastern US than most of Britain per square mile.
Right.
When discussing the weather earlier, I forgot to add that this was shot on an unseasonably warm day around Halloween. Because of this, I was concerned that Evan might think that Midwestern autumns are always in the low 70s.
The Midwest is way nicer than I expected it to be.
It's beautiful, but again, it's not normal, this.
No, I meant like the cities. Not just the weather. I was just so impressed because as an East Coast guy who spent a lot of time on the West Coast as well, never touched the middle, I just thought it would be full of, you know, nothingness. I feel like that's how the media portrays the Midwest, but I've loved every minute. As the topic of this is American visiting, it has kind of felt like I'm visiting, you know, a foreign country. Whoa, I'm seeing it more from a British eye than an American one.
What kind of stereotypes do you hear about the Midwest?
Every male has a photo of themselves holding a fish.
Yep, I've not been there myself, which proves that I haven't quite become full Midwest.
Yo, is that true? I want every male right now to comment. You got a photo of you holding a fish.
I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like if you've ever watched Gus Johnson's content, he's from Wisconsin. Every little stereotype he plays into, that like accent from, what's that film, Coen Brothers? Fargo. Yeah. I just associated everyone as Fargo. No, also the Midwestern goodbye, you know, taking really long time to say goodbye. But from my limited experience traveling through, I would say the Midwest is like the north of England. Yeah. People talk to you, people are nice, people are just inquisitive and polite. I'm so used to the New Jersey and London experience of,
oh, wait, I'm central England. The north in England? The north? People talk to you? People are nice? I've visited the north. No strangers talk to you. Nice? I'm not too sure. It depends.
Yeah. The
mate,
kind of...
I wasn't talking.
Yeah, shut up kind of
Shut
thing.
up, mate.
Yeah.
And here, people are just like, hey, what are you doing? I literally asked a question to a guy on the subway in Chicago yesterday. We ended up just chatting for like 20 minutes. I would never do that in London. I'd be like, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think for me, as someone who grew up in the UK, I have that problem. I've pointed that out before. Sometimes I'll just be walking through Lincoln Park and someone will sort of like look at me with a smile on their face, and I think that's creepy. But they're intending it, you know, in a nice way. Yeah, obviously,
It's such a stereotype for Americans to just be more talkative and friendly. And as someone who does Reddit content on that all the time, I always go, are they really? But maybe it's because my experience has been so East Coast and California centric that I've been like, that's not true. But the people in the middle America, I do feel like, are genuinely that nice.
I have some good news for you. We don't have any Starbucks coffee in this bag. You were talking a minute ago about how the Midwest is sort of similar to the north of England in some ways in that mentality. I kind of agree with that. And I think one thing that encapsulates that is our love of food. Specifically, I'm thinking pies for some reason. Right now, it's probably because I'm hungry. While we're on the subject,
we do like pies, but our pies are definitely different to your pies. Most of our pies are meat pies, okay?
To food. When I went back to Britain, I didn't know it yet until I got there, but there were certain foods that I had to have because you can't get them in the US. What's the one thing I would ask that is the reverse of that for you, that you cannot get in Britain, but you have to have in the US?
It's weird because a lot of the stuff that I can't get in the UK that I miss, I do get when I arrive here, and it's one of those things that's not Moorish. You just want it once to fill a hole, and then afterwards you're like, I'm done. So when I visited the States 2 months ago, I took my girlfriend around to have like all the pizzas, all the ice creams, all the fried foods. And then when I've come this time, I've been walking around like, yeah, guys got any fruit? No? This restaurant has no fruit? So to answer your question more specifically, I mean, I guess personally it is soft serve ice cream. I know I just recently have talked about this, but I love American soft serve ice cream. It's
really?
So delicious, so unique. And the UK just doesn't have as good of soft serve ice cream.
Oh, wow. I thought our ice cream was pretty good. Interesting, bro. So America's just ice cream is even better. Wait, how can you get ice cream so... I don't know, bro. You guys are hitting really good with the ice cream. I don't know. I thought ice cream... Yo, I actually thought... I would tell you when I think UK food is bad, right? Obviously. But, yeah, ice cream is one of those things where I thought, you know, it's not too bad in the UK. Yours guys' ice cream must be insane.
That's good to know. So you like sweet stuff?
I do. I have a sweet tooth.
Brilliant.
Oh.
So we have here a bag because the United States, it likes to experiment with just weirdly branded things. And also, it's the time of year.
Oh, yes. It's Halloween soon.
Pumpkin spice.
Oh.
Now, question.
Okay.
Has the pumpkin spice phenomenon made it over to Britain?
Only at Starbucks. I feel like it's
Yeah.
very much just not caught on except Starbucks.
I have
No, it's in Greg's as well. It is catching on. If you haven't seen mine and my mum's video yesterday, go watch it. We was speaking a lot on every topic, bro. So we was mentioning that England is taking a lot of American stuff. Like, we're copying you guys. So I haven't tried it yet, but I get coffee. I got coffee right now in my little cup. You know what I mean? I get coffee all the time. And I have seen pumpkin spice flavored coffees pop up in a lot of different places, bro. So, like, it's catching on. It's catching on. I've not tried it. I should try it. But, yeah, it is catching on.
some good news for you. We don't have any Starbucks coffee in this bag. But what we do have is some pumpkin spice Oreos.
What?
No, you read that wrong. It's actually pumpkin spice flavor cream.
Oh my God, you guys, bro, honestly, you guys are next level with your different flavors. I swear we only have like 1, 2, or 3 maybe different flavors of Oreos, right? But yo, look at this. Where is it? Where is it? I got sent this the other day. This is only in America. I got sent this. You guys know I like my Coca-Cola, right? You guys know I love my Coca-Cola. Oh, look at that. And I had it. I've already opened it. I've tried it. Right? Bro, how does it taste literally like Coca-Cola? Like, normally in the UK, if you get like, we get the rare occasion where we get like a different flavored kind of snack item. This is meant to be a flavor of something else. It won't actually taste like it. Like, slightly, but won't actually taste like... Bro, it genuinely tastes like Coke, and it's really good. It literally tastes like Oreo and Coca-Cola. Just, bro, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Naturally and artificially flavored.
You know, I gave up added sugar. I'm not going to eat this with you. I am going to put you through the hell of trying one of these.
I actually really like pumpkin spice as a flavor.
Oh, you are.
I know I'm a basic boy.
You're obviously in for a treat then.
The US has over 200 varieties of...
Look at this. It's like my cat hovering around me at dinner time.
She was one.
Try
I
that.
like pumpkin spice
I'll let
too,
you grab
so.
your own and let me know what you think of these things.
Oh, the smell is amazing. It smells like a Bath & Body Works candle.
It smells like a Bath and Body Works candle. I can't lie. You guys ever go into like your bath places, you know, where they sell like the bath soaps and stuff, and they smell that good you want to eat them, but you can't eat them? Okay.
Look, it's just crunching in my ear.
That's so nice.
So you
It's
like
so
that?
good.
I thought this would be torture for anyone. It is for me if that's near me.
I wouldn't want any more.
I'm going to give you the whole...
Oh, lovely. To my girlfriend.
Yeah, indeed. And if you want to wash it down, we have, this is unbelievable. This is,
Oh!
this is 0 sugar, right? So that firstly, it's healthy for you.
What is
and it's
it?
Oreo flavored Coca-Cola.
My girlfriend saw this the other day at the...
What? Okay, we have cherry Coke, we have vanilla Coke, we have Coca-Cola. I don't think there's any others. You have Oreo flavored Coca-Cola?
the airport, and I went, please tell me you tried it. And she said, no, I'm so excited.
Brought one
my
for
God.
her. Yeah, yeah. We brought an extra one for her.
I'm gonna... Wait, is this over 100 mil? Oh, and I wouldn't put it in my luggage because it would explode.
Email it to her. So I think you could wash it down and give us your thought right here on what this like. By the
Fizzy
way,
cookie flavored? I didn't know Americans said fizzy.
fizzy drinks. They spelt flavored your way.
I actually have been using the U since middle school because I wanted to be different.
All right, let us know what you think.
It smells like Coke.
Not like Oreo.
Okay.
Okay. Does it taste like Oreo? Instead
I
of
wonder
Coke?
what that tastes like.
Have you had this?
She's had it.
It's horrible.
She's passed on the
And
message.
I
Is it all
decided
good?
I don't want to buy anymore.
Is it real?
That doesn't taste a thing like Oreo. It doesn't taste like anything. It just tastes like bad Coke.
As you may have gathered, this is
It just tastes like bad. Okay, maybe it's not good then. Maybe it's not good.
not a sponsored portion of the video. Now, here's a question. I'd heard that Oreos themselves had made their way to Britain. Can you find them there?
Oh, yeah.
We've got like double
everywhere.
stuff. We've got Oreo.
Would you find that
I don't think so. There's
No.
too many different things involved for this to exist in
No.
Britain. British people get a bit put off by anything like this.
Yeah. Well, feel free to finish the rest of it off while I awkwardly watch.
Oh, I'm not. That's not nice.
You don't want that? We'll leave it on the bench then. You're going to litter in my city?
No. I go out of my way to make sure I find a bin.
Okay, good.
Or a trash can.
We might as well throw in
Trash
some
can.
Halloween candy. These are a new thing right now.
I've had them. Where are they? The video is coming very, very, very soon, right? I did a PO box opening. It was only a handful of boxes. It was only it was a food box and an item box, right? Someone from my Twitch sent it, okay? And yeah, I did get them. Just watch the video. Just watch the video. It will come out in the next few days or whatnot. Maybe yeah, give me a few days. I gotta edit it. But yeah, I have tried these.
Now in the US, they're ghost-flavored Kit Kats. I don't know what that entails.
I've never eaten a ghost.
Maybe it'll go right through you. Let's try it again. This is not a sponsor for Kit Kat. I don't need to make that clear.
I think they're made by Hershey, aren't they?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Yes.
Yes, so that's a fun fact. Additionally, in the US, Kit Kats are made by Hershey. Everywhere else outside of the US, it's made by Nestle. That's why in Japan and all the other countries, they have cool flavors. But Hershey's is finally jumping on. Do you hate Hershey's as a Brit?
I don't have a deep hatred for Hershey at all.
It does taste like sick sometimes.
Yeah, it can, especially if you throw up.
Yeah, but I haven't thrown up in a while. I just think of it Hershey's now. It's
Yeah,
all
I
right.
throw up due to the chocolate. Would you like a piece of whatever the hell this is? I don't know. What does it taste like?
Bit fake.
Bit fake?
I like the bit in the middle, but the orange stuff is just not nice.
What does it taste like? It can't taste like Ghost. We don't know what that tastes like.
It just doesn't taste like anything.
Right.
So it does taste like Ghost then.
Oh, it's a bit white chocolatey. I wouldn't want.
What you gotta watch my video for my reaction because it was pretty funny with my mom. But yeah, I didn't really. This kind of Kit Kat, it wasn't really for me. I don't know. There was just something. It just really didn't like what you say. It don't really taste like anything. It wasn't like Kit Kat is normally like a strong like chocolate flavor with the you know what I mean like.
Anymore.
I was going to offer you the entire packet. So you got into Chicago last night. What are your first impressions?
Chicago felt like a city that I've never seen before, but I inherently knew. Chicago kind of felt like what I, as a kid, imagined a city would be. You know, there's big skyscrapers all around, there's nice businesses on the ground floor, there's rail going through the city. I was a bit surprised that so many rail beams looked like they were so rusted they were gonna fall.
Yeah.
You know, that was a bit scary.
Yeah.
But I was just so impressed with the city. Unlike New York, there was no garbage anywhere.
Yeah.
It was all hidden away. So much green. I feel like New York, you gotta go to like Prospect Park, you gotta go to Central Park, that's it. This is here, there's another park down the
Central Park in New York looks absolutely unreal. I would love to go there for like Christmas time or something, dude. Like the movies.
away. There's so much green here. New York is like massive gray buildings and asphalt and then pockets of nature. Whereas Chicago has more nature just all over the place. And one of the best skylines I've ever seen.
It's a gorgeous skyline and from multiple angles, isn't it? I do want to go back to what you said there about the trash because it was a big eye-opener to me when I went to Philadelphia, actually. I think it was Philadelphia where they
brotherly trash.
got the trash on the sort of pavements outside of the front of houses, whereas we put them in the
big trash cans.
we put them in the big trash cans in the alleyways.
Oh, the dumpsters.
In the dumpsters, the skips. What is that all about?
I feel like New Yorkers specifically, they don't defend the trash in a way. They're kind of like, yeah, it's just how it is, man. If you can't deal with it, you're not meant for New York. You gotta deal with the rats, you gotta deal with the trash. If you can't handle it, get out of New York. Why not clean it up?
Yeah. So here's a really oddly sentence.
Yeah, that was something I learned a few months ago in a video. That like New York actually has like the trash just on the streets. I've seen it in movies and shows, but I didn't think that actually happened. I thought it would be cleaned up. You know what I mean?
Mental question. Coming back here,
people
does
said it
America
stinks.
feel like home to you?
No, like I do feel like when I visit America these days, it's more as visiting as a tourist in a way. Even when I visit my home, it's not necessarily visiting my home as much as visiting it with a different perspective. Like once you move and leave for so long, you're no longer really a perfect fit in there.
Why is that? Have you changed? Or is it changed? Or is it both?
Well, it's definitely both. There's so many bits that have stayed completely the same. Bits that I'm like, there's no way this woman that sells mini donuts at the Cowtown Rodeo Flea Market is still going to be there after 30 years when I was a kid. Yeah, she's still there selling donuts.
Hell
but on the other
yeah.
end, there's
That's
a lot
cool.
more warehouses being built in my area that I'm a bit surprised with. Also, there's a lot of racism still. You know, obviously it's not like that's going to be cured when I left. Like, Evan's gone, let's stop being racist. I don't know. But yeah, no, it just feels more like the culture isn't my own. So when I'm choosing things at my local Wawa, I'm doing it as like ooh, pumpkin spice coffee at Wawa, as opposed to like, this is just how it is. I went to a drive-through in Ohio, and I thought, standard experience, I'm just getting a Starbucks pumpkin spice. And as I'm going to pay for it, the woman then leans out to have the machine to tap, just looked me dead in the eyes and goes, "It says you can add a tip, but you don't have to." I'm gonna drive through for a pumpkin spice. I didn't know that the tipping culture had extended to drive-throughs, and I understand it's a problem because the service wage is so low here. So I understand the problem.
Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, is that a newish thing in America then, tipping at drive-thrus?
But I hate that it's shoveled off onto me to feel guilty the rest of the day for looking a sad person in the eyes and going, "Not today. I'm from Britain."
Interesting.
Conversely, though, I mean, when you're in a restaurant, do you forget to tip when you come here?
No, I worked as a waiter for 5 years at a Pizza Hut. And listen, I don't care where your accent's from, where you say you're from. If you don't tip me, I'm going to be sad because I'm not going to be able to pay for my school books. I personally think that they should be paying their waiters more, but also I'm not the one that's going to tell them, "I'm sorry, you just spent all this time being really nice to me and I'm going to stiff you."
Does that mean that would you tip in Britain? I mean,
No,
obviously they
I
get
do
paid
not
a living
like
wage.
that. It's actually growing in Britain a lot. There's a couple establishments now that they will put it on the bill, knowing there's no Brit that's going to be like, "Excuse me, can you remove this?"
My mum mentioned this yesterday, and I don't look at the receipt when I pay. So I've definitely paid for tips without realizing. Because, like, whenever I get the bill, I just get the bill. And I just assume it's my food and stuff, right? I never look at, like, the actual bill and, like work it out. You know what I mean? So, like, my mum told me, in the UK, they're starting to do this. They're actually added on their tips without you knowing. And I'll probably be paying for it. My mum was like, she takes it off, though. But that's because, like, our staff gets paid normal wages. They don't get paid like less than minimum wage or whatnot, right? So they don't have to rely on tips. Tipping is just extra. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the service in the UK ain't that great. It's not that great. It don't deserve a tip. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have tipped people where it's been great service, right? So like this month alone, I went to for dinner, and someone the waiter, the service person, actually helped me a lot with like choosing the dinner. And I was like, "Oh, that's really nice of him." So I tipped her, right? So we do tip, like, if we feel like we should, right? But most of the time it's bad service, so yeah, you don't tip.
Right. They're all uncomfortable. British people sit for an hour rather than just ask for the bill. And so I've done it once because I went to a place in Liverpool that had the audacity of adding an extra £1 for a charity thing. And I went, "Can you remove that?" And she went, "You know, it's for people with like multiple sclerosis." And I went, "Well, it's also for a tax write-off for your company. I can donate on my own free will, but you shouldn't just add it without my consent." "Okay, if you don't want to donate to charity." I was like, "Why is this?" So yes, it is becoming a thing in Britain. I do not like it, but I also think that as Brits, we should reject this American tradition.
What's a British tradition that you think Americans could either stand to reject or adopt?
Waiting in a queue.
Yeah.
Stop cutting the queue.
So after Chicago, what's next?
I'm actually leaving the US.
Wait, who's cutting queues? People in the UK?
Tradition.
What's a British tradition that you think Americans could either stand to reject or adopt?
Waiting in a queue.
Yeah.
Stop cutting the queue.
So after Chicago, what's next?
Wait, is he saying Americans cut queues or British people cut queues? Because if you cut a queue in the UK, you're probably going to get beaten up. So, what? Is America queues bad? Like, do people cut up a lot or nah?
I'm actually leaving the US. I'm going through Detroit to try some pizza, and then I'm going to Toronto, and then heading back to Jersey to shoot some videos about baseball.
You're doing Detroit-style pizza? Huh, interesting. That just happens to be my absolute favorite pizza, he says, while in Chicago. So feel free to send me your thoughts on that afterward. I'm sure you'll be putting it in a video.
Absolutely.
Now, Evan didn't come all this way just to do a video on my channel. I am going to join you on yours. What's that going to be about?
We're going to have to check that out as well.
Putting the shoe on the other foot here, finding out which of us is more American or British now after living over 10 years here. How
Interesting.
much of our accents...
Really enjoyed this video. It was very interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure you give a thumbs up, subscribe. subscribe for more content. Live every single day on Twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one.